You are now locked in to the Sitting Down with the Sisters podcast.
Oh my god, why is she shouting?
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Ciao, bella. Ciao, bellissimo. Jumbo. We always do these European languages. Jumbo. That's hi. In
Hola.
I think it's Kenya.
Hola, Dora.
Oh my god.
Swiping. No swiping.
Devil, no deviling.
What's actually the problem?
My God. Anyway,
You know when you do that? Yeah, you know when you have that reaction, that's when I know I've gone too far. When you go,
because I'm just like, where did that even come from?
I wish, yeah. You know, one day I'm actually gonna do a compilation of you guys' responses, like to my outburst.
I think,
I think we have like a lot of footage
from sixth form.
No, just even from the on the pod.
Podcast.
Like you just looking at me like, what the hell is going
The way
on?
I'm looking at her,
I know,
like, what's
because
going
don't
on?
look.
Oh,
Don't touch.
Don't crouch. That was actually the pandemic.
Don't rush.
Slow touch.
And then wait, chilling wait.
Oh my god.
Wow, remix.
What was it called? The something challenge.
The rush challenge.
Don't rush challenge. That's it.
It's the first line.
Yeah.
She didn't finish school.
Hey, not her having 2 degrees.
Yeah, she still didn't finish.
Yikes! Oh my days,
She's
guys!
hungry, basically.
Fun fact.
Fun fact.
Why did she do that?
Fun fact. Did you know me and Ashley have a university?
Yes.
You're lying right now.
That just reminded me.
You're joking.
We
right now.
are doctorates, scholarly doctorates.
academics. Yeah. If you're the
Do you know what's so bad? We've actually said it on the pod because someone messaged
Enrolled.
you and wanted to enroll. And they said, we want to be a part of the university.
No, but the thing is, real ones
I'm
know.
gonna be quiet for this one.
because she didn't finish it.
The thing is with Temi,
got
you
my
guys are
phone.
probably thinking you three are your trio. Like, why is Temi not on the board of directors? Temi didn't want to be
She
there.
didn't finish the degree.
To be part of
And
it.
you know what's so mad? We tried to push her to finish it. We
What
tried
are
to
you
give
saying?
her
we
answers.
used to tell her women in STEM, women in tech.
She didn't do it.
Tech. Do you know how many things were credited for?
Go on, listen.
Anyways, we specialize
Engineering. She did. You don't know.
Engineering.
Yeah,
every single subject.
we've done it. It's on the board.
Anyway, our
If you were part of it, you would
it's
know.
called Child for God.
University.
Like, obviously,
CFG.
real ones actually know because this has been from 2013.
Yeah.
Like maybe 2014. Child for God. If
University.
you're interested, that university is for people that are dedicated, committed.
Yeah. We don't just open it up to the public like we
No.
did before because there were so many people who took granted. So,
So if you're interested, let us know.
So
yeah.
tired.
And we'll open it up to the
We do
public.
ceremony, certificate. I don't think you guys
You know,
understand.
I promise you guys, we've been giving people certificates till this day, they still
Guys,
have
if
it.
you haven't scrolled past this one yet, you're letting them
Anyways,
troll
thank you. Tell me you haven't passed your degree without telling you haven't passed your degree.
Anyway, if you're interested as well, if you want to be a child for God, who doesn't want to be?
we have degrees in beauty,
Wow.
whatever it is you want to learn.
Yeah.
We have people on the board that are licensed.
Scholarships. It's your
You're
choice.
sleeping.
Anyway.
Okay.
Are you ready for me now?
Yes.
Okay. Hi guys,
Hi
welcome
guys,
back
welcome.
to another episode of Sitting Down with the Sisters. We are your hosts. I'm Temi.
I'm Ashley.
How are you?
I don't think they're ready for this one.
We ready.
Oh, it's ready.
We ready to
Boom,
push. We're push.
Oh,
We're
it's
push.
sweet.
Actually, you'd think you've just eaten, but she hasn't actually eaten.
Do you know what, guys? I have to boost my energy because if not, do you want me to be quiet? If I was quiet, it's still gonna shout at me.
You're right.
So I'm ready to push.
Right.
Anyways, follow us on all our social media podcasts.
SDWTS podcast.
English, forget. Anyways, this week's episode is called "A Lot of Women Hate Women."
Oh,
Yeah, I was starting there. The reason why it's titled that is because this has been a thing, by the way, guys.
Yeah.
This is not new. This is not new. But there's always, I don't know if anybody else in the studio is familiar with this, where women,
Not her bringing.
they have this like superiority thing when they look at other women.
Yeah.
So the reason why I wanted us to discuss this topic is because I saw a babe talking on the internet as usual, and she was just saying how why is it all the plain babes that are getting the men? And they were saying
What
the
was
bad.
this? Did she
They
tweet?
said, "Look at us, the bad bees."
Did
Do you know what's so
tweet it?
mad?
Did she tweet
Yeah,
it?
can we
I can't
actually
remember.
like dissect that tweet for a
Yeah,
second?
let's talk about it because it's paraphrased, by the way. But
Yeah.
I've seen this rhetoric many a time.
Because I have several points that I want to make. Like I told you that I'm here to wait
Okay, you
because I
come to-
played. Now I'm
Yeah.
ready to tell the tweet.
Where to begin?
Point number one.
Okay.
These are the same babes that will say that they don't do anything for men.
Oh.
And it's just so
Whoa.
confusing because do you do it for men or do you not? Because why are you concerned about someone that's quote unquote plain Jane? So you're now putting it down to looks as to whether someone should be in a relationship or not.
Ay.
And because you have a bust down wig, lashes, nails, that qualifies you to be in a relationship. But you don't do those things for men, right? Point number two. What do you consider a plain Jane?
That's what I want to know.
That for me, that is so wild. Like that, because you get all of those things done, someone that doesn't is now automatically a plain Jane. That you cannot fathom that someone that doesn't do all of those things can still be attracted to the opposite sex.
Yeah.
Attractive to the opposite sex.
Like you can both
like
have
it
the same
blows
type
it
and they go
blows
for the
your
other
mind.
person.
Like, and number three, this is how get off social media.
Yeah.
Get off
Throw your
there.
phone away.
Because if to you the only babes that should be getting men,
Wifed, yeah.
getting wifed, are the ones that are dolled up, are the ones that have all of those things that I listed previously, and it's because that's what you see on social media. You know, the babes that are posting pictures of their men. You know, they're hiding their face, and then you see them with their lace wig and all of these things. What's actually going on? Where has that come from? Because are your parents not married? Does your mum have a wig on every day? Does your mum have lash extensions? Does your mum have nails?
Oh.
Like why? Like what's going on?
Those are very valid questions.
I'm really confused, you know, because where has
Where
that,
did that come from?
Where did I would really love to sit down with someone
For them to
that
tell
has
you.
that point of view and to really understand where that thought process has come from and how you concluded that point.
I can't even believe someone would tweet that or think like
With
that
that
even
sort
to
of,
begin
how
with.
could you tweet that and think what you're saying is even
It was a
correct?
video. She was speaking. Do you know what's interesting though? I actually think a lot of girls think like that.
Yeah.
But I think obviously most girls they're gonna want to appear to the world as though they're normal or that they're nice. But a lot of girls think like that. I think subconsciously.
I agree.
Or even maybe consciously.
Because even when you look at, for example, the scenario of when a guy cheats on his girlfriend with someone that is not, you know, what's the word?
They're
That's
not considered on the same
the beauty standards
standards,
of like, you know, let's use UK. The automatic black girl aesthetic. The automatic rhetoric is, oh, but she's not that pretty.
She's
like,
not a bad bee.
how could he
How
cheat?
can you leave that for that?
How could he cheat on me with her?
Christ.
When I don't know,
And
maybe
they're basing it off physical
off looks.
aspect because they haven't spoken
And that's not
to this
to say
person.
that, like-
they haven't found out whether they might be more intelligent or something that he might have found
or
attractive
maybe her
about them.
personality, like you
don't
just
have a clue.
automatically
The
looks. And that's not to say like that it's not normal that can happen, because when you're in that position where you're cheated on, you automatically compare yourself.
yeah.
But when it's to a certain degree, when you're now vilifying and diminishing someone else's looks because they don't look like you or they don't look like the common, you know, aesthetic or how the majority of people look, do you not find it weird? It's very weird, like very, very weird.
It's very strange. And I think it will continue to be a thing because the standard keeps getting pushed. I don't know how to explain it.
I know what you're saying.
Like, so for instance, back in the day, babes just coming out natural faced and whatever, not subscribing to necessarily an aesthetic. It wasn't seen as such a stark thing as, oh my days, she's now when Africa changed, she's woke. Do you know what I mean? Now, because I'm telling you, now, because the beauty standard keeps getting pushed, so now, do you know what is considered a bare face? What's considered a bare face nowadays? It's like having, still you have your lash extensions, and
lip
then
gloss,
you might have lip gloss
maybe.
on, you might have, like, if you don't have lashes, you might have a mascara on, you might have done a little bit of concealer. That's considered bare face.
And then the liquid blush from Rare Beauty.
You know what? That's why I'm saying now. So anyone that is bare face is now all of a sudden seen as
They see as,
how can you go outside?
You're
like
powerful.
that? Like, do you know some people to this day would say if a babe goes to an event, for instance, and she hasn't worn any makeup, that she hasn't made an effort.
Well, she might be
Like,
ill.
obviously,
She might be what?
Ill.
yeah, some people might.
Something's wrong.
Like they will say,
Something's going on.
You haven't put effort into your appearance, but for the babe, she's actually done. She's
been herself. That's her.
She's gotten prepared.
Or she's prepared in other ways. She's worn like a different outfit.
Do you know what
that
it
she
reminds you
wouldn't
of,
wear.
guys?
She's done her hair.
There's a video of one IG babe, and I applaud her for her honesty. I don't know if I've said it on the podcast before. I can't remember. Sorry, innit? Listen again.
Okay.
So she's gone on TikTok. Someone's reposted it onto Instagram, and she said on TikTok, you know, she was in a relationship with a guy, and she saw his likes on Instagram, and he was just liking bad B's on Instagram, BBL bodies, done up like Insta girl.
What doesn't look like her.
Yeah,
what
basically
he's
the complete opposite, and that's who, you know, that the pictures that he would like. So she went to go and get her body done.
Oh no.
Based off of that, and she was honest, because she could have lied and said, you know, she's always wanted it done. She said she's never wanted her body done up until that like moment.
That's why
When she's constantly seeing her boyfriend liking these pictures.
That's scary.
She's gone to get her. She's a beautiful girl as well. You know, she's gone to get her body done, and then obviously her and her boyfriend split up. Not directly after that, but you know, some months go by, and then they split up. And then basically the conclusion of the video was basically that, you know, she came across his Instagram page. She went on his Instagram just to pre, and he was in a relationship with a girl that literally looked the complete opposite of her. So basically how she was originally, like her original self. Right. And she was actually opening up and saying how she regretted it so much that she allowed herself to give in to like that. Not necessarily peer pressure, because it's not even like her boyfriend expressed that he liked that or wanted her to get that. And she even said like her boyfriend has never treated her as though like she wasn't enough. Wow. But he always reassured her. It was just based off of Instagram and seeing those likes. She went to go and get her body done, and now he's in a relationship with someone that doesn't have their body done, just a normal everyday girl. And I say normal everyday girl because unfortunately we're seeing a rise in BBLs because it's accessible now to, you know, to the general public, to the normal working person. So when I say when I saw that video, it made me so sad, because when she was like, you know, she regrets it so much, like the comments that she gets now and from like in public about her body from like the older generation, like just old ladies that just look at her with disgust.
It will never look. You'll never look.
You'll never go back to your original body.
And do you know that's why I wanted it?
Never.
That's why I wanted this episode to be called "A Lot of Women Hate Women," because this has nothing to do with men. What I wanted to talk about today is about the way women like almost like. It's
always a competition.
Like
it's about men a lot of the time.
Like the male gaze
rooted in men, but there's a competition now.
It's about competing towards the attention
for the male
men.
gaze, because at the end of the day, a lot of this stuff starts amongst women and the way they think. Yes, okay, like the male gaze is involved, but I want to talk about how women receive other women and why there's so much hatred amongst women and why there's so much competition amongst women, because I feel like people just assume. Like people see a group of friends, even they're like, even there was even a time they were like, there was this thing on Twitter. I'm not on Twitter anymore, guys. You guys know my account got deleted. That they were saying nobody believes that trio friendships for girls work, because they were like, oh, there's always got to be two people that like are closer, and then one person always feels left out. And I'm like, why? Or even the whole like when they automatically see like say a larger group of friends, maybe 5 or 6, they automatically assume they're definitely beefing, they secretly hate each other. It's hard for women to believe that women can be friends and get like along and genuinely get along. And like my experience with girls, for the most part, because obviously I've had the drama before, like I've had dramatic people or dramatic examples in my life.
Occasions.
For the most part, my experience with girls has always been very beautiful. Sisterhood to the core. So like, it's just sad to me when I see other women talk about women
and
in such a derogatory manner. Like, wait, why are you coming on the internet and being like, all these plain Janes? What does that mean? Like,
do you know why it doesn't even make sense? Because if you actually look at the grand scheme of things, the plain Jane, or let's say the person that's making these tweets in the first instance, you're masquerading underneath certain things like wigs and lashes, and you're then hating on the ones that don't have to do those things. So then if we then look at the grand scheme of things, who's actually the plain, who should ideally, do you get what I'm trying to say?
Who should be classed as the plain Jane?
Who's really happy here?
Let's talk
Who's
about
happy?
that, because if we look at the grand scheme of things, at the end of the day, behind all the gimmicks and everything, she's probably a pretty girl as well. Do you know what I mean? She's probably still like
of course.
I just clocked what she said.
No, they are.
It went over my head.
They're not things that you're born with. So you've added the extensions,
show.
features, the enhancements you've done to yourself, which at the end of the day there's nothing wrong with.
That's the thing.
But it's not as if now you do you know
It's
what my thing
all.
is? Everyone can be themselves without looking down on other people. That's my point.
That's my whole point.
That's the issue.
And do you know what? Funny enough, actually, it was either today or just last night, I saw a video, I think it was a TikTok, of the opposite of what we're talking about, where a woman that does not adhere,
I've seen that as well.
That does not adhere to the
Yeah,
black girl aesthetic. She called it the UK black girl aesthetic, and her caption for the video was, "I hate the UK black girl aesthetics." And her reasoning behind it, I couldn't watch the full video because honestly it got a bit too embarrassed. I received secondhand embarrassment from watching it, and the reason I say that is because the reason she started to list as to why she does not like the UK black girl aesthetic is because those are the kind of girls you see that are being invited to the tables at the club. Those are the kind of girls that you see, right, that being, again, it all revolved back to men. Basically, you're angry at those women that, decide to use their lace front and wear the Yagi world and all these things. You're mad at them because they're getting male attention. And that's what I got from message. Obviously, maybe that's not what she was trying to portray, because I didn't watch the end of the video, but initially from the beginning of the video, that's what I got. And it's just like, sorry, if you see that working for other girls, do it then. I don't get it. Sorry.
Why is it bothering? My problem is, why, if you're comfortable
if that's
in
what,
who you are, why is what another babe chooses to do with what she does
and
bothering you?
That separately, because clearly from what I've picked up in the video, clearly male attention is the goal here, right? If you see those women are doing those things to get there, then honestly, if you join them, it's like, just either join them or change what your goal is.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand. Or just be yourself and hope to get picked, because you clearly want to be a bird.
Oh,
What's that? Why can't you like what you like without putting down other women?
That's my whole point.
Because if you really liked what you like, if you were really happy with what you're doing, if you were really happy with not, participating in the black girl aesthetic, why would you feel the need to go out of your way to prove it to other people? Like,
do you know how long? Sorry, I tried to.
Do you know how it could have come from a different angle if she was like, if she just came from the, I just want women to, to not be dependent on that. Don't make your appearance your identity. Be yourself. But instead it's you're doing this because you want to get in the club and you want to, or the flip side, you're a plain Jane. Like, or even that girl, if she had it, what her question really should have been is, why don't men pick me? That's what the question should have been. Not why are other women getting picked, but why aren't men picking me?
Let's be honest. Let's talk about the real. That's not the question. Let's talk about the real issues here.
That's not the actual question.
There clearly might be something wrong with you then.
Do you know? Because
or maybe you're just not positioning yourself in the right. There's something clearly not
my
right.
food is here.
you get it.
It's the way she said, okay. I was going to ask her to check as well, actually. Okay, we're about to share it.
Oh. Are you hungry?
Actually, I'm so hungry. But
You didn't eat?
I ate around 12 this afternoon.
Yeah, that's a long time ago.
Yeah, so I was thinking maybe you should wait till I get home or go to McDonald's on my way home.
Oh, yeah.
Even though I don't want McDonald's, but...
You're not meant to be eating that, Tim.
I know. I haven't had it this year. Actually, tell a
keep
lie.
going.
I've had nuggets.
I've had an apple pie. That's all.
Yeah, I've had nuggets, that's all.
I can't have anything else.
I think
I
I
can't have
will.
anything. Yeah.
One wouldn't hurt, would it? until it turns to 2, 3, 4.
That's the thing. If I start now,
Yeah, it's like
then
breaking
I'm
the
gonna keep
cycle,
going.
innit?
Exactly. That's why I have to keep going.
Yeah, no, we're doing well.
I don't know how I've done it because every morning sometimes I'm tempted to get McDonald's breakfast
On your way, especially because
it's
you're
right
going
across
to work
the road.
as
It's
well.
literally across the road from my job.
No,
as
I'll
well.
be honest, it's not been the hardest thing for me because I'm usually
If
at
you're not
home.
going
I'll
out.
just, yeah, exactly. So, boy.
It is true. It is true. No, there's even an aspect to your point that I need to talk about because
Is it?
women hate women.
I think women just compete. Like,
it's always a competition. Like,
women are okay. Do you know what I've noticed? Women might be okay with everyone being themselves if they feel like they're above.
Exactly, which is also a problem.
Yeah, that's what the problem is.
Because it's like
if we're all on the same level doing the same thing, or if I'm above you, it's not a problem. Everyone can be themselves. Once you see women thriving that don't look like you or have a certain aesthetic, or you feel like you're putting more effort than they are, and they're still getting picked or doing certain things.
That's the way the issue goes. Because it's crazy. Because for instance, like events, yeah, you're going to an event and you'll just see the babes that are casual. Like the babes that are securing themselves are not looking at all the men,
and they're not looking at what other girls are
approaching
doing.
other women and like thinking, oh wait, why not me? No one.
It's very
they're having a good
it's very
time.
strategic
Do you know what
for
I
me.
mean?
To me, like, why are you thinking
Why are
to
you
that
thinking
extent?
like that? Like, okay, it's probably rooted in insecurity. Maybe it's probably rooted in a lot of maybe anxiety. It could be rooted in a lot of different things. But like that shouldn't be your.
What did you get?
I go party, I go plantain, I go wings.
Yay! Let's eat. Oh,
You
I thought you were doing the mukbang.
Do you want to eat now?
It's
No.
alright, no. You can keep going.
Yeah, no. On
And resume.
I was talking on
You're saying
Temi's
how-
point, yeah, was interesting to me because I think a lot of women, like subconsciously, they associate certain behaviors with certain things, or like they demonize women for things. So like they're like, oh, if you dress like that. So for the girls that are the plain Janes in quotes, they see babes that are dressed to the nines, whatever, bust down, wig, whatever. They're like, oh, you like this, you're this type of girl, you're promiscuous, maybe. That's how they see them. And then they see the other girls as, you don't even make an effort, so why do men like you? Like, do you know what I mean? It's like there's this, like, I feel like there's bitterness. There's so much bitterness, and I'm like, where does it even come from? Because it's like you don't need to. There doesn't need to be.
And what I was
It's
saying
odd.
before you went quickly as well, I feel like with women, or maybe just people in general, but with women specifically on this topic here, if everyone was sort of on the same level, or if a woman is doing better than maybe the average woman, or getting picked the most, or, you know, having all these things, it wouldn't be a problem for that woman that's sort of on top. But when you find that everyone's not on the same level, when you find that maybe they might be better than you, or there's just that, you know, you can see that there's a slight difference in maybe them getting picked more, that's when it becomes an issue. Do you know what I mean? When it's not, when everything isn't sort of on the same level, when you feel like, yeah, there's or do you know what it is? When it's something that you want that maybe you're not getting, that the other woman's getting, you then start to find, oh, why is she getting that that I'm not getting? You know, then it then becomes a competition. And a lot of the time we find that it has to do with men.
It does, and it's so crazy. But then an example that doesn't have to do with men yet. I feel like when we was on Pull Up Pod, they brought up the birthday dress thing about how, oh, what if your friend came more, whatever, to your birthday,
Basically outdressed you,
like,
quote,
and
unquote.
our reaction, our response to them shocked them kind of, because they were like, oh, you lot, you're not the type of people we should ask. Genuinely, guys, if it was my birthday and these two came and in other people's eyes they looked better than me, when I tell you, like, there's not even a part of me that is like wants to be angry.
Because what's that?
Because what is better? Even in that podcast,
For them to show up ugly.
Do you know what?
Well, like in that podcast, I was even like, better is also subjective to whoever is
Right.
Like, but when I'm looking at my girls, I'm not seeing them. I'm not thinking, oh, Temi, she's better than me, or Ashley. I'm not. Why would I be like? Why is that the thought?
I'm seeing that like, wow, like they actually
look
put in
nice.
effort for my birthday. Like, I'm so happy.
love it. I want to take pictures of you. Literally, that's it. But I'm like, why is that hard?
Yeah. I think, do you know what it is as well, yeah? I feel like some women genuinely see it as like, I think, because it's a tricky one, because some women genuinely feel like, oh, the friend has done it like almost intentionally, yeah, not necessarily out of spite, but like they've come to like show up.
Do you know what? It
out.
depends what sort of friendship group that you have.
And that's what I was getting to.
Like, if you're very secure in your friendship group,
Right.
it shouldn't cross your mind that that's what your friend is.
If you feel that way, if there was already like issues, or like maybe there was a bit of friction, then feeling that way would make 100% sense, because you know the friendship is not really
rocky.
entirely genuine. Whereas if it's
like
you've had issues
in the past,
like you know it's been rocky, then there may be a problem. But if it's someone that
Well,
like
it's been smooth sailing, you've been
like
friends,
and you know
even
they
though-
would never do something to try to like take away
Why would that
from
even
your
come to your mind?
that means you're competing secretly that they don't know.
And you're angry because I personally, if you love your girls, like genuine, pure love, pure, beautiful love for your girls, sisterhood, it's not even on your radar. You don't care.
That's mad.
Like, you don't care because one thing about true friendship is everybody accepts each other as they really are. Like, so, and they like how do like they
embrace
affirm
it.
they affirm the worth of that person in them being themselves. Because okay, yeah, you have the friendship groups where maybe all the girls like to be the exact same, and that's fine. Like in terms of like the way they like to dress up or the way they like to do their hair, that's fine. Like as long as you're all being authentic to yourself, cool. But then true friendship is when you accept everybody as themselves.
Yeah.
Like that's what true friendship is. And so why would it, like that's like someone in a friendship group because they feel like the way they do stuff is
or the best way.
They're now
right?
looking at their other friend that's like, you need to level up.
Guys, I know
better.
we've spoken about this, but I just remembered something, so I'm going to bring it back to the whole like competing for men and all that stuff, and men just always, if like those examples that you gave were really good because they're sort of out of that context. But I was speaking to a guy, and it ties in with this. He said basically he noticed that when it comes to sacrificing and just men and women in general in relationships, he feels like women tend to have more issues in their friendship for like previous like when it comes to previous partners in comparison to men, if that makes sense. So with men, for example, you will hardly find a man sort of having issues in this friendship group because maybe they've shared the same partner or just something like that. Whereas you're very, very much 10 times probably, I think that's what he said, 10 times more likely to find that issue when it comes to women because they feel like there's competition there, or it feels like, you know, they just had to fight for the attention of a man. Whereas a man, for example, if he sees that his boy might like the same girl, men are more likely to maybe just let, it's calm, it's not a problem. If you want to chat to her. Whereas women, they might either secretly compete it starts becoming awkward.
Yeah.
Or, you know, situations like that. And when he said that, I'll be honest, I don't know if I completely agreed with him, but that aside, it was just sad that as a man you'd have that opinion about women, and I'm sure he's not the only one.
Because he's been proven right.
He's been proven right, and he was referencing a podcast actually that he directed me to watch. He sent me the link and I watched it, and there was a lot of men talking about it, and they all shared the same opinion. Like, you know, as men, when it comes to women, we're not, you know, we don't do the most and die for them and all that stuff, but when it comes to women, you know, we're all
that's the only man
we're ready to go to war even with our friends over them, and it was really sad.
It is sad because it's like, the thing is not, and I want people to know that's not how all female friendships work, because it really isn't. I feel like it's what is like shown the most, or it's what it seems to trend the most. Even on TikTok, you see girls just exposing each other for everything and anything. Like, I'm just like, that's not female friendship though. That's not the beauty. That's not the most beautiful part.
If that's what they've sort of seen, and those are the examples they can base it off, then it's just unfortunate. So
women are just seen as catty.
It's sad.
Yeah, but then on the flip side, men, they're not catty, but men can be very dismissive when it comes to their friendships. They don't sit down, they don't talk about
they don't have the real,
they
exactly.
they just bless it. Whether it's affecting them or not, they'll
it's
bless
burning,
it.
But they're not going to say nothing.
You know? So there's that flip side of things. So maybe women are actually more true to themselves in terms of how they behave. Not to say there's not work to be done, but if we then compare it to men and just their friendships, that's
they're more.
well,
I think as women, we're always going to be more emotionally expressive.
Right.
Are we handling our emotions properly?
Right.
Are we having the real conversations with ourselves?
That's the best way.
You know, are we self-aware?
said it.
That's really the long and short of the question.
Yeah. What a great question to end it with. Really and truly.
Really and truly. Well,
let's do better
let's do better as girls. I feel like people are missing out on the beauty of true sisterhood, and I genuinely think like, this is not to blow our own trumpet, but when people watch our podcast, I think that's something that people have complimented us on.
Yeah,
genuinely.
and I love it. And I'll be honest,
and it's one of my favorite compliments.
I could be wrong in saying this. Obviously, this is my personal experience, but from what I'm seeing, it does seem like it's getting a bit better. Where being a friendly face as a woman is more accepted and more sort of promoted within our community. Like, it's all right for two black women to look at each other and smile on the road without anything coming from it. Complimented. If you see a woman with nice hair, you can compliment her. in comparison to when I was younger growing up, I feel like it's improved slightly.
Yeah, I can see what you mean.
So,
I see what you're saying, yeah.
Like
I agree.
that whole mean girl vibes
Yeah.
is not as welcomed or accepted anymore in society in comparison.
It's crazy
to,
that it was even
It's not a
thing.
good,
I
yeah,
can't believe
it's
that was
not a
even a
cute
thing.
look
Well, like,
anymore.
oh, you're big.
Like, I think it's because of age as well. We've
Christ.
grown up. Like, you don't need to be
Yeah.
a mean girl. Like, you
Not
know,
a cute
women
look.
on a night out, you know, we're friendly with each other, telling each other where we got our clothes from. That's how it should be.
Hopefully,
Please.
we're really hoping. Anyway,
But yeah,
That's
thank you
it,
guys
guys.
for watching. Hope
Thank
you enjoyed.
you.
Hope you resonated with the topic. If you have any questions or if you have any comments, we'd like to hear from
Put
you
it down
as
below.
well. Obviously, we don't know it all, so we're learning from each other.
we are.
Yeah.
And yeah, we will see you on our next episode.
Bye.